It is a fight-to-the-death battle for control of the U.S. House and Senate this fall, and voters in North Metro Atlanta could help decide the outcome.
There are two districts in Georgia that we're paying attention to nationally. You can see here right in the Atlanta area, right outside of Atlanta.
NBC News national political correspondent Steve Kornacki firing up his big board for us, and it shows how two historically strong Republican districts are starting to lean Democrat, partly because of changing demographics, but also because of Donald Trump.
Donald Trump seems to have scrambled the politics, particularly in this part of the state, able to take, what had been a Romney by 21-point district in the 6th district, and Trump only wins it by a point. So those major shifts, a lot of traditionally Republican voters, sort of more upscale, white-collar professional, that tends to be what we see, turning against Trump, maybe turning against the Republican Party, maybe temporarily, maybe permanently, we'll see. But those are the two districts we tend to look at. The Republicans, I think, safe to say, favored in both of them. But hey, if it becomes the wavier Democrats are talking about, we could be talking about both of them.
And in Georgia's race for governor, the nation's political divide personified, crystallized in the sharp contrast between Abrams and Kemp.
Liberals nationally, their dream is to be able to say, hey, look at this. We went left with Stacey Abrams in Georgia. We went left in Georgia and we won. And if Democrats, if liberals in particular, were able to say that nationally, think about the ripple effect that might have in 2020. On the Republican side here, if Kemp is able to run as he did, certainly in the primary, is able to position himself as a candidate of Trump and sort of hold off a lot of the demographic changes we're talking about in Georgia, is able to hold off all of the national sort of midterm forces that are working against the Republican Party, I bet the president would be tweeting about that the next day.
The impact Georgia voters will have in November, enormous. Much more tonight on NBC Nightly News and on 11 Live throughout this hot election season.